Welcome to Financial Roll Call. I'm Johnny, a police officer and military veteran. This channel is about discipline, long-term thinking, and building financial security the same way we build careers, through consistency, structure, and decisions that compound over time. No hype, no shortcuts, just clear thinking and repeatable systems. On paper, disciplined people should be excellent investors. They show up on time, they follow rules, they commit to long-term goals, they delay gratification, they're used to structure, accountability, and sacrifice. So when disciplined professionals struggle financially, especially with investing, it creates confusion. They ask questions like, why am I doing everything right but still not getting ahead? Why does this feel harder than it should? Why do people with less discipline seem to outperform me? And the answer is uncomfortable. Because discipline alone is not the issue. The issue is how discipline is applied and what system it's applied to. Disciplined people don't fail at investing because they lack effort. They struggle because they bring the wrong type of discipline into a system that rewards a completely different set of behaviors. Discipline is context dependent. Discipline is not a universal advantage. It's a force multiplier, which means it magnifies whatever system it's applied to. If the system is aligned, discipline accelerates success. If the system is misaligned, discipline locks in mediocrity. In law enforcement, military service, emergency response, and other high accountability professions, discipline looks like following procedures, minimizing mistakes, avoiding unnecessary risk, acting decisively, correcting problems quickly, and staying alert to threats. Those behaviors save lives, but investing is not a threat environment. It's a probability-based, time-dependent system. When disciplined people bring tactical discipline into a strategic system, friction is inevitable. The do-something trap. One of the biggest struggles disciplined people face in investing is the urge to act. On the job, doing nothing is often the worst option. In investing, doing nothing is frequently the best one. Markets fluctuate. Prices move. Headlines change. Noise is constant. Disciplined professionals are trained to respond to signals. So when they see a market drop, a red portfolio, a scary headline, or a sudden correction, their instinct is to intervene, to fix, to adjust, to protect. But markets don't reward constant intervention. They reward staying invested through discomfort. This creates a psychological conflict. Your discipline tells you to act. The system rewards you for waiting. And if you don't understand that difference, your discipline works against you. Discipline without strategy creates over-control. Another reason disciplined people struggle is over-control. Disciplined professionals are often excellent at controlling environments. They manage teams. They manage risk. They manage procedures. They manage outcomes. But investing cannot be controlled. You cannot control market timing, interest rates, inflation cycles, economic shocks, or investor sentiment. What you can control is time in the market, asset allocation, contribution consistency, costs, and behavior. Disciplined people often confuse control with effectiveness, so they check balances daily, adjust allocations frequently, chase certainty, and react emotionally to volatility. Ironically, this increases risk rather than reducing it, because the more you try to control an uncontrollable system, the more you interfere with compounding. Risk avoidance versus risk management. Disciplined professionals are trained to avoid unnecessary risk. That's a good instinct in the wrong system. In investing, avoiding risk entirely guarantees underperformance. Cash feels safe but loses purchasing power. Waiting for certainty feels responsible but delays growth. Avoiding volatility feels disciplined but stalls compounding. There is no wealth without exposure. The goal is not to eliminate risk. The goal is to manage it intelligently over time. Disciplined people often default to safe options. Overweighted cash, conservative allocations far too early, employer default funds without scrutiny, guaranteed products that cap upside. These choices feel disciplined, but they quietly sabotage long-term outcomes. The authority problem. Another hidden issue disciplined people face is authority bias. In structured organizations, authority matters. So in finance, disciplined professionals often defer to advisors without understanding incentives, employer retirement plans without reviewing allocations, and approved options without questioning suitability. Approved does not mean optimal. Often it means lowest liability, simplest compliance, institution-friendly, and easy to administer. Not necessarily aligned with your goals, timeline, or risk tolerance. This doesn't mean advisors are bad. It means ownership of the outcome still belongs to you. Discipline without understanding turns trust into complacency. Discipline can lock you into bad systems. Here's the hard truth. Discipline can keep you consistent in the wrong direction. You can be disciplined about saving, but never investing. Investing, but misallocating. Contributing, but over-conservative. Following rules that don't match your time horizon and still fall behind. That's not failure. That's misapplied discipline. Disciplined people often confuse consistency with progress, but consistency only matters if the system compounds. Operators versus owners. This is where the mindset shift happens. Most disciplined professionals think like operators. Operators follow procedures, execute tasks, respond to problems, and measure short-term performance. Investing requires owner thinking. Owners design systems, think in decades, accept volatility, and focus on long-term value creation. When you invest, you are not operating. You are owning. You are buying pieces of businesses. You are participating in long-term economic growth. You are leveraging time, not effort. Checking your portfolio daily is operator behavior in an ownership system. Time is the advantage. Most disciplined people waste. Here's the irony. Disciplined professionals often have the biggest advantage in investing: time, stable income, long careers, predictable cash flow. Yet many treat investing like a performance evaluation. Markets don't care how disciplined you are. They care how long you stay invested. Compounding rewards patience more than precision. The biggest enemy of disciplined investors is not laziness, it's interference. Reframing discipline for investing. Discipline does not disappear in investing, it just changes form. Productive investing discipline looks like contributing consistently, ignoring short-term noise, rebalancing intentionally, not emotionally, sticking to a plan during volatility, measuring progress annually, not daily, and learning enough to verify, not micromanage. This is quieter discipline, less visible, less urgent, more powerful. Final thought. If you're disciplined and struggling with investing, something is wrong, but it's not you. It's the mismatch between your training and the system you're operating in. Once you stop treating investing like a tactical problem and start treating it like a long-term ownership strategy, your discipline becomes an asset again, not because you do more, but because you interfere less. If this made you think differently about money, subscribe to the channel. Every week we break down financial concepts in a way that's practical, disciplined, and designed for people who don't have time for hype. Briefing complete. Remember, I speak for myself, not any department. I'm sharing the map, but you have to drive the car. Do your own research. Stay safe.